Today's November 7th, and I just want to show you how warm it still is. So because it's still warm and we hadn't had a frost yet, you can see that I have flowers still blooming on the porch. I think that zinnia is called a confetti. I don't know, I really love the way the flower petals are striped. I think that's really cool. So we did have some rain, but it wasn't enough to even show on the rain gauge. But it was enough to kind of, I'm going to call sploot the bushes. So maybe you can see that butterfly bush there, just kind of split and laid down in the middle. This one did the same thing. Maybe you can tell this way that it's leaned over on the hibiscus. And I want to show you this because I did something different out here. So I took this basket and I put the shepherd's hook through it. And then I literally just threw in morning glory vines that were in an area I didn't want them in. Just threw them in there. And they've rooted in and they're starting to grow. So I'm hoping that I will have a basket of morning glory vine and that it will grow up the shepherd's hook. We'll have to wait and see though. I don't know if deer like eating morning glory because they definitely ate this again. But one thing the deer just do not like, and it is just beautiful and showing out, is this angel trumpet vine. Just look at that. It is gorgeous. So before I head to the backyard, I want to show y'all this and ask y'all what you think. So I've got this stand here that have several different plants on it. But this plant is struggling. I don't know what's wrong with that thing. I've watered it, I've fertilized it with a liquid feed. I don't know. And I do keep a space heater in this porch to make sure nothing up here gets too cold. Boy, these bulbs are coming in nicely. It's just nice to have a bit of green still with it being November already. And I did propagate some coleus. Coleus in my experience is hard to germinate from seed. So I like to take cuttings and overwinter them so the next spring I have plants ready to go. And yeah, this begonia. Looks kind of sad, but it's still alive. That's the one we got from Lowe's that was half dead. So we'll see. I think it'll be okay. Now, this particular pot, I'm considering taking and putting in the 3-season porch. The deer ate just about every leaf off that coleus, but boy, it rebounded. So it's resilient, and I like to keep resilient plants. And I don't know if you can see the tea plant is blooming or not. I might have to get over there closer. So here we go. Just want to show you that the tea plant is blooming. It obviously is enjoying being planted in the ground and being out of that pot. I put it in front of this column because I didn't know if it needed a little bit of extra support, or like a heat trap that it could, the column absorb the heat and keep it warm during the winter cold nights. I don't know, but that's why I chose that spot. But it's even got a second bloom stalk here. All right, now here's a question for you. So I planted this elephant ear. We've talked about it. I've shown it several times. It has a runner that it has sent out over the bed. Anyway, I really don't want it out of the bed. So is that something I can cut off and just plant back in the bed somehow? I don't know. I don't have a lot of experience here. So if y'all have experience with this, let me know. And the wildflower bed is all marigolds right now. But they are beautiful, and the insects are really appreciative and loving having a nectar source this late in the year. Hey, there's a lizard on my cherry tree. Let me see if I can get him. Hey, little lizard. Are you gonna be camera shy? Oh. Yeah, he didn't want to be on camera. He took a nosedive jump. And the citrus tree is doing well. You know, I just wonder, since we hadn't had a frost and there's no frost on the 10-day forecast, if I could deadhead that chrysanthemum bush and get it to flower back out. It might. And y'all, I just want to show this. This was part of that chrysanthemum that just broke off, and I literally just stuck it in the ground. And look, it's got new buds. Alright, let me turn around slowly. And I'm going to try to work on my filming, by the way. I know that I need to be slower in my turns and movements. Just wanted to show you some of the insects that are really enjoying the marigolds. And this coleus has been decimated by the deer. I don't know if it's worth putting in the porch or not and trying to save. Or just buy another one next year if I want another one like that. Look at some late flowering zinnias. Aren't those beautiful? So I don't have many zinnias left because most of them got just demolished with powdery mildew. But there are a couple. And y'all, let me show you this beautiful rose. I love that pale pink, and it smells so good. I don't know what this rose is. Previous owner planted it and left it. I obviously don't know what I'm doing when it comes to rose maintenance, because that is a mess. But yeah, I'm going to be learning during the winter and getting out here late winter, early spring, and doing some trimming on it. Let's see what's in that bed. That's my amaryllis. Now, amaryllis I love to put in the ground here because they will flower next year. Now, if you want a Christmas blooming amaryllis, you do not want to put it in your yard like this. And the deer just decimated my daylily. There's just barely anything left. But daylilies are tough as old boots, as Monty Don likes to say. And they'll come back. They'll be fine in the spring. Oh yes, let me show my citrus off again. Now they are small, but they are flavorful. So we are already starting to eat some of them. Now these that are green, I will definitely wait till they yellow up before I eat them. Because the green right there, whew, that'd be way too sour. Man, those deer, they eat the tops off of just about everything. And they're killing that plant. Hopefully it'll be tough and have good roots and come back. If it wasn't for marigold and salvia, I wouldn't have a lot of color out here because the deer eat just about everything else. Now this begonia was the one that was in the plastic flower pot that was out front. It was starting to struggle, so I put it in the ground back here. And the reason why the deer hadn't eaten it is because I planted chives around it. Might have to put chives in every bed out here. Oh, and the snapdragons. I don't know if y'all do this too, but I love to do this. I just imagine the flowers talking to me. Alright, and let's check out our... So this is where we put saffron crocus in. You can see we definitely have green leaves coming up. Now, because I planted them late, I'm probably not going to be able to harvest saffron from the new corms this year. Now, I do have some older corms in there. Maybe I'll get a couple of threads off of the older ones, hopefully. But maybe not. They are 3 years old. And that's kind of their lifespan for good production. And this is the winter veg bed. This is actually a Thai basil. So we've got a couple things still left in here that the deer hadn't eaten. Of course, the deer don't mess with any of the onions. So you've got a lot of onions. And then that's thyme. That's some chives. Looks like radish, beets. Can't tell if that's going to be collard broccoli or cabbage. They all look similar to me when they're very little. And then that's a kale. That's big enough I can tell that's a kale. Well, the deer finished off the bok choy. I think there's that one is the last one left. We shall see. And the lantana here, I did want to point it out. I think it's beautiful because you got yellow, orange, and pink all on the same flower. Now you see how big this lantana bush is. And I planted a all yellow lantana right here. I've got to move it in the spring and I know it. Where I'm going to put it, I'm not sure because it will get as big as that one. So I need a better place to put it. This gomphrena is really just doing great. It surprises me how good it's doing. Then look at this. Isn't that beautiful? And the deer devastation continues. I don't know if you can see, but all the tops have been eaten off. That canna is beautiful. Someone told me if I come and cut these spent heads off, that they'll continue to flower. I might try that, because I do love that pop of red out here. Walk past the buddleia. And look at this hibiscus flower. That is going to be beautiful. I'm amazed that is even blooming. Doesn't look very good. Looks like it's struggling a little bit. And the camellia, which I think I'm going to have to get more of these. If I can get some that are deer resistant and I can put them out in what I call the natural areas. I don't know if you can tell or not, but I've got grass areas that is maintained, and then I've got wild natural areas like that. Be nice to have a lot of camellias all throughout there. And then of course the deer ate the top of every Dutch iris in here, as well as ate my hydrangeas. That was propagated. Well, don't think it's going to make it now, unfortunately. But you know, that's part of gardening. Ooh, look what we've got on the fig. Look at that. I love fig, and I'm amazed that they're ripening this late in the season. Especially considering I came in here and I did some pruning on it. Not the right time of year to do pruning, but I needed to get some sun in there. Alright, well, give you a last look of the lake. From Heather's Greenhouse, happy gardening and happy Thanksgiving if I don't see you before then.